We're joined at this moment by Dr. Yogesh Wadadekar, Associate Professor at the National Center for Radio Astrophysics in Pune. Yogesh ji, can you give your sense of what this moment meant for you, the landing of the Chandrayaan, and more importantly, what do you expect happening over the next 14 days?
I think this is a most incredible moment in the history of space exploration, and even more so in the history of Isro space exploration. As all of you are aware, this is for the first time that any country has been able to conduct a soft landing on a very, very mountainous and difficult part of the moon. So I think it's a very, very dramatic achievement. I'd like to congratulate the entire Isro team for what they've done. Over the next 14 days, when unlike the Earth, where we have sunrise every 24 hours, on the moon, the sunrise happens every 14 days. And so the sun has just risen on the part of the moon where the lander has landed. And there for the next 14 days, we are going to have continuous daylight. And that means that the solar powered rover will be able to go around and explore the moon. Both the lander and the rover are equipped with some advanced scientific instruments. For example, the rover is equipped with two spectrometers. These spectrometers allow us to carry out a detailed analysis of the chemical composition of the moon's surface. We'll be able to figure out what are the exact minerals that are there in the crust of the moon. We'll be able to figure out how much water there is, and of course we expect whatever water there is to be in frozen form, but we'll get a very, very accurate estimate of the chemical composition of a part of the moon that has never been directly visited before. Other parts of the moon, for example, the flatter parts near the equator where the Apollo missions landed, already have moon rocks and other information, but for the first time we'll get accurate information about the polar region. I'm really excited about what the next 14 days are going to reveal.
It also, in the quest of India, reshaping the global world order, Raj, it's not just economic power with India likely to become the third largest economy over the next 5 years, Absolutely. Even though the government is hoping for 2027. Isro landing, all of this contributes together in just raising the esteem of our country in the eye of the global community.
Yeah, let's not forget that we are only the fourth country to have landed a craft on the moon. I mean, that's a tremendous achievement by itself. Okay, and the fact is that by signing the Artemis Agreement with the US, there are 27 countries, and India is one of them that's going to do it. That puts us into the league of actually the future of space is being drawn by the Artemis project. Because the Artemis project says we will put humans back on the moon by 2025, and we will then go beyond. We will use it as a lunar gateway that will then explore other planets that's there. And why is that important? Because climate change is impacting us. We know that we need to find other places that we may have to, at some point, not immediately, right, 50, 60 years away, maybe if the climate gets too hot, let's find another place that we can park ourselves in. And so exploration of this kind is very critical. And let's not also forget the minerals that are available over there. Despite
what
the
kind
moon,
of minerals do you find on the moon? In this patch in the south pole?
There is a lot of things in terms of helium they talk about. Helium is a great fuel for us. So supposing you want to do a mission from the moon, using moon as the gateway, because moon has no gravity, so you don't have to put heavy lift, spacecraft over there. You build a colony over there, you create your fuel, you can then have this lunar gateway, which is like the International Space Station. This goes and fills up those things, and therefore you save all this money and, boosting capability. For instance, if you have to explore Mars, it takes 6 months to go to Mars. You have to have the human capability and endurance to do that kind of thing. With the moon mission, you could send things with less...
India doesn't have a spaceship that can go all the way till Mars.
It did do the Mangalyaan, right? We did have an orbiter that landed over there and actually very successfully on its first trip orbited the Mars, and we have another Mangalyaan being proposed to go over there. So India, and let's not forget Mars is at the other end. If the sun is like 150 million miles from us, Mars is like 250 miles. So we did actually send a spacecraft over there, it, orbited it, and came right back with a lot of data that's there. So highly creditable to Indian science and space that is there. But the larger point that you're doing is, having explored land, having explored the ocean, having explored whatever is there on the earth, the next big frontier has always been space.